The Invest in Her podcast is brought to you in part by Wells Fargo Bank. Hi, I'm Catherine Gray, founder of She Angel Investors and co-founder of the She Angels Foundation. I'm also the podcast host of Invest in Her and an award-winning producer, author, and TEDx speaker. Our show, Invest in Her, features phenomenal female founders and funders. As you know, women receive less than 2% of venture capital funding. Our series is about accelerating the funding of women by connecting them to funding resources. Let's meet today's guest. Welcome to this week's edition of Invest in Her. I'm your host, Catherine Gray, founder of She Angel Investors and co-founder of the She Angels Foundation. We're so glad to have you with us today, and we're also glad to have Dr. Farnoush Fadavi. She's going to talk to us about an incredible discovery that her and her husband made. It's a product called Bala Enzymes, and it helps with inflammation. Who doesn't need that these days? So excited to have her on. Please welcome Farnoush. Hi, Farnoush. How are you?
Hi, Catherine. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be in your podcast.
Well, you know, one of the things I love about this podcast and being in the angel investing and venture capital space is I get to meet incredible women like you every day who are creating innovative ideas that help with, in this case, person's health. And so it's incredible because a lot of people are like you and like me that really can't take pharmaceuticals, and we need these plant-based solutions to these physical problems. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, since you are a founder who is still in the fundraising mood for this incredible discovery and innovation. So let's tell our audience a little bit about how this all came about.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me today. Well, what it is, me and my husband, we both practice dentistry in Southern California for past 20 years. And before that, we did research on bromelain enzyme at Boston University. Bromelain enzyme comes from core of pineapple. The hard part of the pineapple that everybody calls is full of enzyme called bromelain enzyme. That is an anti-inflammatory enzyme. So we were doing research on that back in our postgraduate studies, looking for an alternative to pharmaceutical to reduce inflammation after oral surgery, reduce bruising and inflammation. So we brought all these information to our practices, and we use those on our patient after performing oral surgery. And for 20 some years, patient came back to us and tell us that, you know, they felt so much better in overall and in their joints if they were elderly, and if they were younger, they was telling us that they basically recover so much more and so much better after exercising. Meanwhile, that they came back for suture removal. So that's how basically, started it. And then we were not looking into branding anything because we have two successful practices.
Wait, let me just stop you right there for 1 second so I can clarify this. So what you're saying is you and your husband, who are dental surgeons, would do dental surgery on people. And in order to reduce the inflammation that oral surgery causes, you were providing them this Bala enzyme instead of a pharmaceutical. And what they were finding was not only did they feel better healing from the surgery, but they felt better overall in their body because of the fact that this enzyme was reducing inflammation. Is that right?
Yes, but one little correction is we were giving the patients bromelain enzyme only, which,
right.
Bala was actually created in 2018. But for 20 some years, we were giving the patient bromelain enzymes.
Oh, got it. And then you came out with the Bala product. I
Exactly.
see, that has the same content, but it's your own product. And what caused you to discover this? Because I know you had shared with me that you yourself had a personal injury that has caused you to retire, but you have used this enzyme to help your own self to recover. Tell us that story.
Sure. So in 2018, actually, I had an accident that, I needed to retire from dentistry. I was left with chronic pain, and I was diagnosed with severe onset of osteoporosis. And that, I got a couple of broken, pieces in my body, bones, and I could not practice anymore in 2018. I am very sensitive to pharmaceutical. That's how I became actually osteoporotic, because I could not take any pharmaceutical or medication. And I broke my shoulder and my hip, and, I was 8 days in a hospital, and I had to basically quit dentistry. At the time, since I could not take any ibuprofen, which is an anti-inflammatory pharmaceutical, we had to come up with a solution because I was left with chronic pain. When you get osteoporosis treatment, you basically have chronic pain, you have joint pain, muscle ache, and overall fatigue. So we had to come up with a solution to help me. And then we brought all the research and clinical funding for 20 years that our patients give us feedback. We put all of these together, and Bala was born end of 2018. And it was a life changer for me. And if I don't take one stick pack a day, these are how they look like. So I add one of these to 16 ounces of water every day, and I drink it, and that helps with all my chronic inflammation. So that's how I was born.
That is amazing. I mean, there's so many women that have, and men, that have this chronic pain from different things. A lot of women, I think it's from menopause, but it could be, like in your case, an accident. So it almost seems like a miracle enzyme, and it's incredible how you all discovered it, having been in your dental surgery practices. But then what a godsend it was when you had this accident to be able to recover and I assume be pain-free by utilizing your own product, which is the Bala enzyme. And I know as a founder, you're out there raising money. Has that been a challenging road?
It has been a challenging road, as you know, and as we know in Show Her the Money, the funds are not very available to female founders. So, we are so happy that you guys have that movie, and I'm looking forward to see you in Laguna Beach soon. Next.
Yeah, Show Her the Money is our movie about how women are having trouble getting funding for such incredible ideas like this one that you have, this Bala enzyme that could help people with inflammation in a natural way, because many people are in the same boat you and I are, in that we can't take pharmaceuticals. And so the pharmaceutical industry probably is not too happy about natural resources and innovations in this arena. But, they can coexist, and it is something people need to be made aware of. If this resonates with someone, where do they get your product, Farnoush?
We are actually, of course, we launched at the beginning in 2019 on our website and on Amazon, and it was very successful. So beginning of 2023, we started launching into retail. We are almost in more than 1,500 stores. In Southern California, like we are in Mother's Market, and we are in Bristol Farms, Lazy Acres. And, if people go on our website and put their zip code, then they let them know which area, which retailers we're selling. We are actually very pleased. We're launching into HEB 161 store in Texas, August 12th. So that's a very exciting news for us.
That is fantastic. And if they want to get it on the website, let's talk about what the website name is.
Sure. It's balaenzyme.com.
So that would be BALA and then enzyme, ENZYME.com, balaenzyme.com, unless you want to find it at a local store like a Bristol Farms or one of the ones that they're located in. But I think most people do order online these days.
Yes.
Yeah. And isn't it incredible that, this affects so many people, this type of inflammation that needs to have a natural resource to help with it. And yet it's been a challenge to raise the funding for it. And I hope that, there are angel investors out there that try your product, see that it works, have it affect their life like it did yours, and then say, of course I want to invest in something like this. So we can't give investment recommendations on our podcast, but we can say, hey, check out this product. It might be of interest to you. And by the way, they are still raising funding for it. So I think it's amazing. It affects so many people. Do you have any other success stories that you want to share?
Sure. I was just going to explain what other ingredient inside Bala, if it's okay with you.
Yes, please.
So what do we have at Bala Enzyme? We do have turmeric. We do have a bromelain enzyme that is coming from core of pineapple. And we do have papain enzyme that comes from papaya fruit and electrolyte. We have patent pending. Our patent is actually on the way we're absorbing the product, because we have zero sugar. And in terms of turmeric, a lot of people use black pepper in order to get it absorbed. But in our formulation, we are using amino acid that helps all these ingredients get absorbed through our guts and is much more effective and efficacious. The taste is amazing, because some people are probably not very happy when they hear there's turmeric inside, because turmeric has a nasty taste. But we actually have masked the turmeric taste really good. We have 3 different flavors, as you see here. We have berry, we have pineapple, which is our hero SKU. We have sold over 1 million stick pack of pineapples to this date, and we have lime. In order to get the efficacy of Bala, you need to definitely take 5 stick pack, 1 a day consecutively. And then after 5 days, you are going to feel the effect of anti-inflammatory. And because we do have, some electrolytes in there, you do get hydrated as well as, getting anti-inflammatory effect. But definitely use it for 5 days. And after that, you are going to feel the efficacy and the changes.
Wow. I think that's just mind-blowing and awesome. So many people deal with this inflammation issue. And this is really going to be helpful to so many people. I really see a great future for you with this. What an amazing product. I love that you created it yourself and all the research that went into it for 20 years with you and your husband and through Boston University, giving it the credibility that you really have done a lot of research on this and really have a lot of great success stories, both through your dental practice and then through your personal self. And then I'm sure with the product as it's on the market now. So if people want to get it, they just go to balaenzyme.com.
Yes, or Amazon as well. We do have a store in Amazon.
On Amazon. Oh, great.
Yes, and then, they can subscribe on Amazon or on our website, get 20% discount and free delivery. So it's a great product, and it's zero sugar. That's another important thing, that we do not have sugar. As a dentist, we did not want to have sugar in our product, because with every sip of, something with sugar, you have a process of cavity going on. So that's very important. People notice that there is zero sugar. Kids can use it, for recovery if they having sports. My daughters, they're both tennis player. They both use it in a tennis court at their high school. And it's an amazing product. And a lot of people, in their high school, they have hip replacement that they use it after, and they love Bala because it does help with aches and pains with arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. We're not curing, but we're taking the edge off. So instead of popping some, pharmaceutical, Advil or Aleve or Tylenol, if you take that and make it a regular daily in your daily life, then, it takes the edge off of all the aches and pains that we have.
I love that. I think I have a whole circle of friends that are going to love this because they're either into sports or they're having hip surgery or both. So who doesn't need the reduction in the inflammation? Incredible, Farnoush. I'm really wishing you all the best with this. I think it sounds like an incredible product. And I love that people are finding out about it today on Invest in Her. We always love to tell them about new and exciting innovations and those that they could invest in as well. So thanks for being on the show. What's the best way for them to reach you? Is it through the website? You're on LinkedIn, yes?
On LinkedIn, I'm very approachable. My email is farnoush@balaenzyme.com and definitely LinkedIn as well.
Okay, great. And I'm going to spell that for people. So it's Farnoush, because if you're just listening and not watching, it's Farnoush. And then her last name is Fadavi, Fadavi, if you want to look her up on LinkedIn. Of course, you can find me too, Catherine Gray, on LinkedIn, Gray with an A. And we really appreciate you taking the time to tune in this week. You can find us both on social. I did want to mention that what Farnoush and I were talking about is the producer of a new movie called Show Her the Money. You can find it at showherthemoneymovie.com to see where it's coming, but it is about how we need more women investing in venture capital because women are getting only 2% of venture capital, which really funds the future products and services we're going to see in the world. And so it's so important that women educate themselves about what it is. The movie does that in an engaging, entertaining, storytelling kind of way. So check it out. Show Her the Money. And my website is also sheangelinvestors.com. Love to provide resources to women that are looking for funding or women that are wanting to fund other entrepreneurs. So thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to check out the website for Farnoush, which is balaenzyme.com, or look for Bala Enzyme on Amazon, of course, and it will help you with your inflammation. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Thank you, Farnoush, for being such a great guest.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you for having me.
Have a great week, everybody. And remember to invest in her.